Today I'm going to talk to you about seat adjustments. Task chair is the most important part of us being at our workstation. It really is our support. So we know that we have a lot of different task chairs throughout the university. Most adjustments are the same, but I'm going to go through step by step using this chair and then a quick demonstration with another chair. So the first thing you always want to do is adjust the seat height. To adjust the seat height, almost always on the right side, there's a lever that will adjust the seat height up and down. Be careful when you're sitting and you press the lever, you will drop. In order to bring it up, you come off the chair to raise it up. The rule of thumb is you want to have your thighs parallel to the ground. So if you are a little shorter, what may happen is when we raise you up, your feet will not be touching the ground. We want to make sure our feet are planted. If our feet can't plant on the ground, we want to use a footrest or some sort of stool to be able to have our feet raised so our thighs are parallel. Once we get our height adjusted, the next thing we want to do is the seat pan adjustment. Seat pan means the seat itself. So on the left side, we have another lever that will allow you to bring the seat pan forward and back. So with the seat pan adjustment, we want to make sure that our back is going to be against the backrest, and we have 2 fingers between the back of our knees and the front of the seat pan. If the back of our knees are touching the front of that seat pan, what's going to happen is our legs are going to become fatigued and your feet will fall asleep. There's contact stress points right behind your knees there. So we want to make sure that we have at least 2 fingers in between the back of our knees and the seat pan itself. All right. So now that we've got the height adjusted, the seat pan adjusted, we want to work with the back of the chair and the lumbar support. So not every chair has a lumbar support, but all the new ones on campus do. So one thing that's really important, I said before, we want to let the chair do the work for us. So we've always been told sitting up straight is good for you. But what happens is if the chair is locked and you can't recline backwards, over the course of the day, you're going to start leaning forward, and now you're supporting the weight of your body. There is a little knob on the left side that's usually attached to the seat pan depth that will unlock or lock the back tension. We want to unlock it so we can recline in the chair. So as you can see, I can now recline. By sitting back in the chair, I'm still sitting up straight. My back is straight up against the chair. But the chair is now supporting my weight instead of myself supporting my own weight. So it is important, typically on the right side, there is a tension knob. That tension knob will allow you to adjust that tension on how that recline position is. So again, you don't want to have it too loose where you're kind of flying back in it, but you do want to have it loose enough where you're not exerting yourself to kind of recline in that chair position. There's also armrests. So armrests are a great tool on chairs, but what we have to make sure is that we're not resting our elbows on them and that we're using our forearms. All they're there for is to help support. So when we're typing, we want our forearms rested on them. Some angle in, some don't, but you're able to raise and lower, and the height is always going to be dependent on your keyboard and your desk. Again, don't use your elbows on them. Some of them also have the option where you can unlock them and you can move them in and out. There are also, a lot of times you can remove them if you don't like them. There are plenty of instances where someone doesn't want them and they can be removed. So again, the importance, setting up the height, the seat pan, the back. Again, with the back, there's also lumbar on some. Lumbar, you want to adjust that so it fits the small of your back. And again, every chair is a little different. So if we look at another chair, our seat height is on the right side. Our seat pan depth is on the left. On the left, we have our lock and unlock for our tension in the back. We can adjust our armrests. And then some of them also have the ability to adjust the angle of the backrest. As long as you have that set so it's straight and you can recline with that tension, you'll be very comfortable. Again, with the back, lumbar support is different with every chair. This one is a spring-loaded, so you can actually raise it up, let it click into place, and the curvature is that lumbar support. So we want to make sure that that goes into the small of our back. If it's too low, it's going to push you forward. If it's too high, it's going to push you forward. So you want to make sure that that lumbar is in the small of your back. Again, the ergonomics team is here to help you. If you have questions or need help adjusting your chair, you can always reach out to us.